What's up, guys? Over here, we're checking out the BSLT token price for Archeworld. This is a play-to-earn cryptocurrency game, MMORPG, very similar to Arc Age, but it is diverging. September 6th is a massive update that is going to change the face of Archeworld, and it looks like the token has finally bottomed. Let's go ahead and refresh right here. So last week, around 7 days ago, we saw the token price just crater down with all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt about what was going to happen with the token. People selling like crazy because they removed the blue salt stars all of a sudden. So it's been about 7 days since then. The token price got as low as 10 cents from what I personally saw. You have to check on the boraportal.com, earn assets, and you can see this price there. That's the only way you can find the token price, is by coming over here and clicking on this, refreshing, and checking out the token price. So 10 cents was the lowest that I personally saw. It might have dipped a little bit lower into the 9s potentially. So if you saw that, post it down in the comments, let me know. But as far as I know, 10 cents was the lowest. We are rebounding up here now to 12.5 cents, 12.5 cents. And I think that this is potentially going to go up more as we get into the update near September. September 6th, like I said, a major update. We actually get ocean, we actually get fishing content, we get new activities on our land plots. So it's like the farmhand system we're being told from Arc Age is being implemented in. We're getting the ability to build boats. They're also getting, it looks like, pets is coming. We're getting trade packs really for the first time here in Archeworld. So a lot of crazy new features for Archeworld, and it is a massive update. But the reason that I think the token price will continue to go up is because they took away the blue salt stars. So now they're still there indirectly, right? You can go into game and you can go to the blue salt stars, and you can go and buy one for every 1,000 gear score. So 14,000 you get one, 15,000 you get one, 16,000 you get one, 17,000 you get one, 18,000 you get one, right? So you get one. Whereas before, if you were at 18,000, you were going to get like 30 of these things. So now you only get, what, 6 of them? 5 of them? 5 of these things. So the token price is going to see a nice rebound because there's less people selling these blue salt stars for BSLT and cashing out. There's less ways to potentially earn this BSLT easily, right? Then on top of that, one of the sneak peeks that they did was saying that you're going to have a staking system that is going to require tens of thousands of BSLT. So they showed the tier level 3 of the staking system, and they showed parts of it because they redacted some of the data and some of the information, but it showed 10,000 BSLT needed to be staked, which is a lot of BSLT. And then that was only tier 3. They showed up to tier 5, it looked like, maybe even higher, maybe tier 6, potentially could be higher tiers as well. But from what it looked like tier 4 is going to cost approximately around 50,000 BSLT, and then tier 5 would be somewhere in the 6 figures, whether it's 100,000 BSLT or 200,000 BSLT. Again, these were all redacted and kind of blurred out, so we couldn't tell, but it just looked like there was an extra, space there for the numbers. And even if it is only, say, 50,000 at the highest end, that's a lot of BSLT, guys. A lot of BSLT to stake, and that is going to put some buying pressure on this because people are going to need to go grab BSLT, stake it, and get those rewards in games because you get a lot of value out of the rewards. That's the whole point of this. So I do think that the token price will go up, and of course with the new patch, people will be rushing day 1, day 2 to try and get the first boat of the server. They'll try and get the first potential pet, the first potential ship, the first potential trade pack done, the first Kraken kill. Like, there's a lot of firsts that people just have to have it. They have to have it day 1, day 2. They've got to do it, so they're just going to throw tons and tons of money at it. And throwing money at it doesn't do anything right away, right? Someone has to farm that item. Someone has to create that item. Someone has to discover that item, right? So you can't just day 1 go in and throw $10,000 and buy a boat. You're going to have to wait, like everyone else, to get materials to craft the boat, whether it comes directly just from the house or if you have to go into the open world and farm monsters. Whether it is whoever gets the first couple materials are now going to sell it, and they're going to sell it for sky high BSLT prices. They're going to be like, ooh, I got the first, merchant ship design. I'm going to sell it for 10,000 BSLT or 15,000 BSLT, a crazy amount of BSLT. And then, of course, over time, as these insane pay-to-win whales get their items, the prices will decrease significantly. More and more of this stuff will also come into the game, which will increase the supply, which will then also push the price down. But at first, the people that have endless amounts of money are going to be throwing a lot of money at these items because they want to have the first boat, they want to have the first pet, they want to have the first Kraken kill, etc., right? This happens every single time an MMORPG launches or a game launches, that the first of anything is always the most sought after thing. It is a status symbol, it is a claim to fame, and it's something that people just go after hard. And the great thing with Archeworld is that these are all game created items, right? So if you're trying to make a boat, you're going to get the materials by playing the game. So the more that you play the game, the better the chances that you are going to have to get these materials, whether it's a drop from the ocean or a world boss. If it's a world boss, you're going to have to obviously become strong, and so people are going to gear up, and we are seeing that in the leaderboards. It is kind of crazy that in the leaderboards here of Archeworld, people are progressing pretty fast. So I was 12th in the server about a month ago when I was at 18,000 gear score. So now I am not even in the top 20 and I'm at 18,500 gear score. So I've improved 500 points, which is a pretty significant amount of points when you get this high up. And I've actually decreased. I was 23rd place last week in the gear score rankings. That is insane. Like, so many people have been pushing up higher and higher and higher, making tier 6 weapons and armors, progressing their gears and their cloaks, and getting stronger. And they're doing that in preparation for the Ocean update, for the next content, but also because they enjoy the game. If you don't enjoy the game, you're not going to pump money and hours and time and energy into playing the game. So people think that, oh man, no one's playing Archeworld, Archeworld is dead. Well, this is just contradictory to that fact. Like, I was one of the top players, top 12 in the entire North America, South America region. And I still got stronger, but there's just more and more people that are more active, more, spending more money on the game, playing harder and progressing harder, farming harder than me. And they have pushed themselves up further into the rankings. And it is a very, very good testament to show that, like, people are upgrading your character. People are getting stronger. They are, using the resources in the game. They're farming. They are potentially buying BSLT as well and purchasing those items from others if they don't want to do the farm. So, everything is working, right? It just, you got the complainers, the people that are at 14 and 15,000 gear score. They're complaining because their earnings and their potential is going down because more and more people are progressing higher. So now the top 100 on the server is at almost 17,000. So, 2 months ago, the top 100 on the server was probably like 15,000. But now the power level has jumped up so much from these players who have been playing the game day in and day out and progressing their characters, improving, rather than selling the items. So if you sell the items, if you sell the loot that you get to other players, you're going to make that short-term income. You're going to make that nice little profit right away. But eventually, you're going to become so weak that you can't really progress in the game, because you sold all of your power. You sold all of your resources. And that's why now you get these people that are complaining at 13,000, 14,000 gear score. They're complaining that, it's not fair, it's unbalanced. Well, they sold the resources that they farmed. If they would have kept those resources and used them to the character, they probably would have been close to 17,000 gear score. And they don't even have to spend any money, right? They just have to keep playing the game and farming away, spending a lot of time and energy to farm the resources and use the resources, but they chose the other option. So this is where you get the whiners and complainers that are coming in and saying blah 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 blah, game's dead, no one's playing, etc., right? It's because their earning potential is going down because they have not progressed their character. We're going to see new content that is probably going to require 17,000, 18,000 gear score to actually compete against, because it's just a natural cycle of the game. You need to have new content for the stronger players, otherwise they get bored and quit. All the players up here at 18,000, 19,000 gear score, there's literally no reason for them to be this strong. The monsters and the content in the game are too easy for them right now. They need a challenge. They need more difficult content. And that's what's going to happen with the Ocean Update. The Ocean Update is going to release new, stronger, more powerful monsters and content that they are going to need to progress their characters and get stronger to even fight them. Anyway, guys, that is the BSLT token price. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. As always, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you in